My name is Joseph Kreps. I'm a DUI defense attorney in Alabama. We handle DUI and traffic cases throughout the state of Alabama and have resolved thousands of cases throughout the state. In order to begin the conversation with us about your case, all you have to do is call us. You can reach us at 866-348-2889, or you can visit our website, alabama-DUI-attorney.com. That's the symbol -attorney.com. Wanted to go over with you today field sobriety testing and how it relates to your charge of DUI and the non-standard quote tests and the standardized field sobriety tests. Anytime you have a DUI pending, you need to have an attorney working on your case who is certified per NHTSA, which is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, per their guidelines to administer the tests, and also someone who is certified as an instructor in field sobriety testing, as that will help to give the proper perspective to the attorney that is handling your case. There are several types of non-standard field sobriety tests, and those include the Romberg test and also the finger to nose test, as well as the alphabet test. And the alphabet test is similar to the countdown test or the finger count test, where the officer will ask you simply to take your fingers and count down from 5 to 1 or up from 1 to 5. The officer may also ask for you to start with a certain letter of the alphabet and go and stop at another letter. And that is a common test that they use that, again, is non-standardized. The purpose of these non-standard tests is really just so the officer can get a baseline or to view you performing some tasks before beginning the standardized test. Some other examples would be handwriting, which is not used much in Alabama, or tracing something. They could also use the hand pat test, or picking up coins is something that some officers will use, although our argument would be that it has no bearing whatsoever on impairment when driving, which is the problem with many of these tests. The purpose of coming up with the standardized tests was essentially so that it would be uniform throughout the country in officers handling DUI arrests and what information they used or gathered in order to get to an arrest decision and a request to submit to a chemical test. The standardized field sobriety test went through a process that most of us disagree with, called the validation process, and there are plenty of validation studies that are out there that we'll talk about in another video. The first test that is usually performed is called the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. That is essentially a test where, just in lay terms, the officer puts a pen in front of your face and moves the pen from side to side and observes your eyes to check for nystagmus, which is jerking of your eyes. We'll go over in great detail the science behind that test and also the instructions and the cues that the officer is looking for on that test. The next test is called the walk and turn test, and that is where the officer gives you instructions and you stand and you walk on a line or an imaginary line if no line is available for 9 steps and then turn and walk back. There are certain instructions that the officer must give you and certain clues or cues that the officer is looking for, and we will go over those in great detail. The next test that is standardized is known as the one-leg stand test. A lot of attorneys and lay people call it the one-legged stand test, and if they have been certified and gone through the process and understand the test, it is not known as the one-legged test, it's the one-leg stand. Essentially, the officer gives you instructions and you stand on one leg while the officer observes you for usually approximately 30 seconds. That is per the standardized method. These standardized tests are very specific in their administration and in their scoring. It is very important that you have an attorney working on your case that understands this and understands what to be looking for in the administration and the scoring of these tests. If you have a DUI pending in Alabama, we want to talk to you. To begin the conversation with us, all you have to do is call our office, 866-348-2889. Thank you very much.